Hey, I'm RJ. We're here at the Blind River Ops Center for Hydro One. I grew up in the town Iron Bridge, went to high school in Blind River. I'm a band member of Mississauga First Nation. Growing up, I enjoyed my outdoors, hunting, fishing, really enjoyed my sport. I grew up playing hockey all the way through, represented Mississauga First Nation at the little NHL hockey tournaments up until I couldn't play anymore. So my grandparents, they taught me lots of the cultural background. My grandmother would take me out as a child and show me all the traditional medicine on the land, from pine sap to tag altar roots. And my grandfather, he was big on fishing and trapping and hunting, and he showed me how to say thanks to the Creator for harvesting off the land. I love the outdoors. My world revolves around it. I have a trap camp where I practice my Indigenous roots, and I bring my daughter up there as much as I can, and she loves it. It would be the connection to the land I feel the most, the simplicity of the lifestyle. There's no stress, there's no worries, it's just what you're doing in the moment. Everything I do revolves around family, from going to see my grandparents, hanging out with my parents, my sister, my brother-in-law. We're always, it's like a big family atmosphere with raising my little girls. My grandmother's in the midst of teaching my daughter Ojibwe language, just starting out on the basics like anis, hello. It's becoming a lost language, but my grandmother's really trying to get us to learn it. I really want my daughter to be involved in powwows and traditional healing and medicines, and just know more about herself, where her roots come from. After graduating high school, I attended Cambrian College for electrical engineering, and at that time I applied for an apprenticeship at Hydro One for the Powerline technician, interviewed, and got offered the job. So I think what brought it all together was my eagerness to work with my hands. I took a real interest in shop class, carpentry class, and I was a natural at science and math. I excelled at them both. And as I was exploring different career paths, I had some friends of the family. My uncle was one, and he kind of put the bug in my ear that I might have what it takes to be a Powerline technician with Hydro One. My science and math skills really helped when I went to college for electrical engineering, and then when I got hired into the apprenticeship at Hydro One, the schooling portion of my apprenticeship was a walk in the park. Some of my daily responsibilities, routine maintenance of power lines, responding to trouble calls, interacting with customers is a daily occurrence, right? We have to promote the company in a positive spotlight, and safety is going to be one of my top ones. Everything we do, from driving out of the yard to performing a job, revolves around safety. There's actually two directions you can take to get involved in a career like myself. For the most part, everything you learn will be hands-on, on the job with a qualified journeyman working above you to show you the right and wrong way, the safe way. So you start off as an apprentice, and it's for Powerline technician, it's a 4-year program. After that, you graduate and you become a Red Seal journeyman Powerline technician. The nice thing about apprenticeships is it's not always needed, but it shows your eagerness to get into the field work that you're going to school for. On a daily basis, we use science and math so repetitively you don't even think about it. It almost becomes complacency until you stop and actually realize you're using science and math. We use science in the form of our electrical theory to perform every job we do here, and math becomes calculations of loading, load charts, hoisting and rigging. We use math in conjunction with the electrical theory to figure out amperage, materials we need to use. Some of the biggest technology we use on the job is our modes of transportation and how we complete the work, from our smallest bucket trucks up to our RBD trucks, boom trucks to set the poles, from snow machines all the way to helicopters. We never know what we're gonna be using on a daily basis to access our work sites. We actually responded to a trouble call last night that's very remote, to a broken pole. Tree come down and broke one of our poles, and we'll be using a helicopter to replace that pole, just for the remoteness of it. You could be called and asked upon to go to storm assistance over in Ottawa or down by Peterborough, everywhere in between. We work outside in the hottest conditions to the coldest conditions to everywhere in between, in some of the most remote places in Ontario. You never do anything alone here at Hydro One as a Powerline technician. Everything's revolved around teamwork. If I could speak to my younger self, I would say keep up my academics through high school and stay as active and involved with sports as you can.